65 and 66 have like different parts to them. So part A says find f of x plus 3. Well, this graph is f of x. So what do? What does it mean to just add 3 to it? Okay, so you're going to add 3 to all y values. So every point the x value that has x value and y value, and see how they're all listed out on here? You're actually going to just take a 3 and add it to the y values. So -2 plus a 3 is going to be at -4, 1. And then you'll have a point at -2, 1. And then you'll have a point at 2, +5. And you'll have a point at 4, 1. And what does that end up doing to the entire graph? Raises it up by 3. Does that make sense? Okay. Part B, let's just kind of look at these quickly, and you guys tell me whether you think I need to go through it or not. What does f of x plus 2 mean you're going to do? Okay, this is a plus 2, so you're actually going to move it to the left 2, so the x values are going to be subtracted by 2, because remember that left and right thing is, okay, so that applies to what we've been learning. Okay, so that's part B. Part C says do negative f of x. Remember, f of x means y, so if we put a negative in front of y, what does that mean we're going to do? Take the whole thing and flip it upside down. So that the y values that are negative will be positive, and the y value that's positive will be negative. Okay, D. F of x plus 1 minus 2. What does that mean you're going to do to this picture? So you just take that entire picture as is, move it left 1, down 2. Okay, now we're getting to harder ones. E. 1/2 f of x. What does that do to the y values? Halves the y values. I guess it should be a v, huh? Halves the y values. So since the y values were at -4, -2, -2, -2, +2, +2, and 4, -2, it's going to change to -4. Half of -2 is -1. -2, -1. It's just the y values that are affected. +2, +1, and +4, -1. So what is that going to result in when you try to graph it? It's just going to be like squished. I don't know, does that look squished, sort of? Okay. Then, f is f of -x. What does that do?
You do these all as separate graphs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What does the negative here instead of here do? So it changes the x values this time instead of the y values, which means it reflects over the y-axis. Okay, and then the last one is f of 2x. This is weird because instead of the 2 being out here, it's in here.
So it's going to double the x value, right?
I don't know, that's hard to think about, isn't it? For some reason, my brain just said, I don't know what to do with that. I think that means that we double the x values. So what is that going to do to the shape of the graph? It'll stretch it out so that our x values are ×2. Now, I'm just giving you a disclaimer on this one that I could be wrong. So check that last answer in the back of the book and see if it's really the x values ×2. Okay? So then you'd have a point at -8, -2, -4, -2, +4, 2, and +8, -2. And that's where those values would be. Okay? Questions?